Brett Sobchyshyn here for Crusaders TV, joined by head coach Brennan Menard. The Crusaders are coming off a weekend where they split both games, so maybe what was the difference between the Salmon Arm game as opposed to the Trail matchup?
I thought, Brett, that in the trail game, they put us in some tough spots with how they play. They use the window a lot, and so with our gaps being tight, the puck was getting behind us. The puck takes some funny bounces. We put ourselves in some tough spots early in the game, and then it was hard to overcome. Later in the game, we started to adapt, and I thought as the game went on, we were finding our way. We had just dug the hole a little bit too deep there, but in the third period, I thought we played an excellent game. We'd been working towards that for a little while. I didn't hate it, but I thought that there were just some parts where a little soft in moments that, this time of the year, it's playoff hockey, so you can't afford to be soft in certain moments. But as the game went on, we started to get kind of how they play under control, and then we started to get our game going, and then it was 7-4. And I think with this group, if you're within three, you think that you have a chance, and I thought that we did, and we just weren't able to get a few past the goal line. And it had been that way for a little while, where we were just not quite finding our goals into the back of the net. And I think some of that comes with some of the softness I mentioned that surrounded some of the plays, was also surrounding the determination to finish plays as well, like at the net and with shooting and finish second chances and all of that. So we went into the second game in Salmon Arm, and I thought that I was sure we were going to have a good game. We'd been trending in the right direction. A little bit every day, and then I thought I knew that we were going to be ready. And when we played against Salmon Arm, we were prepared for the heaviness. We were underneath their defensive players when we scored on a couple of the goals, so we got into the tough areas to finish plays. We still played our game. We scored a couple off of good defense and turned those into counterattack rushes as well. And so, I would say other than just maybe a 3-minute period of time when it was 6-0, where we kind of took our foot off the gas, which we never want to do, and which is no good. Thought it was a really good game in Salmon Arm, and that's the way we need to be playing at this time of the year, and that was what we had been looking to do and take steps towards, and I thought that was what it was in Salmon Arm.
And taking a look at tonight's matchup, of course, it is the Cranbrook Bucks. The last time these two teams played, the Crusaders were able to find the back of the net 10 times. So in your eyes, what does the Crusaders need to do to recreate that offensive success?
Well, I don't expect to score 10 goals on any night. It's always good when you do. That means that they had an off night, but I also thought we played a really good game that night as well. We had, I think, lost the previous game to them, so we'd gone over video and we talked about how we needed to play to beat them. They play a heavier game. They're looking good right now too. I've been watching their video. They're moving the puck well. They play heavy. I think for us, it's just continuing to work on what the messaging has been at this time of the year and the way we need to play. They're going to be heavy. They're going to shoot a lot of pucks. They're going to be in your face, and that's fine. And I think when we get into the O-zone, there's opportunity for us to play our game there. They sort well defensively, but we have to be deliberate, in our patterns and in our choices when these things open up. And similar to the Salmon Arm game, you're not going to get to hold on to the puck forever. You have to take, when you get your chances, you got to take them and you got to score on them.
And just my last question here, Brendan. We talk a lot about how the offense has to get into its rhythm. So for tonight's matchup against the Cranbrook Bucks, what's the team got to do to get into that rhythm as quickly as they can?
Yeah, it starts in the first 5 minutes. I think we just need to play a good, solid first 5 minutes. That's what I always say. We don't need to try and win the game in the first 5 minutes. We need to be solid. The opponent is always going to come out and try and give you their best. And then after that, the game sort of sets in. So it starts with that, good defensive details. Reading the offensive zone blue line is always important. Making smart decisions, reading numbers in space, and what is the right play at the right time. Situational awareness component always factors into the way you feel about whether a play worked or didn't on the bench. So we have to be aware of just all of the situations of score. time of game, momentum, and all of that. And so it's just coming down to just playing smart. The puck needs to move fast. We need to make sure that we read the offensive zone blue line fast so we don't end up in the back and forths as much. We need to have tight gaps, and we need to have good sorting defensively. And I think, those things, they're difficult to do, but I think when we play a good game, those things are big parts of why we start to feel rhythm. And then as the game goes on, hopefully the opponent is going to make more mistakes, and then we can cash in when that happens.
Well said. Well, good luck tonight, Coach. Crusaders looking to buy their ticket into the playoffs as they welcome the Cranbrook Bucks for the 41st game of the Crusaders season.